subscribers, what am I to you? Naruto Manga Chapter 65 review, let's go! So the first part we see in this chapter here, we see freaking Obito, and Obito, you know, he's actually not down and out, he's actually still conscious, he's still there, and so Black Zetsu's like, I'm about to get out of here, I'm gonna go to Madara-sama, and I can go and use other part of the chakra, and so he's going in there trying to leave and everything, freaking Obito's like, nah, you're gonna stay with me, buddy, we are best friends now, we are conjoined twins, son. I find that very interesting that he can actually oppose his will on Black Zetsu and to keep him there. It's kind of interesting that he can do that, so, yeah. And also, I don't know why, but for some reason, just that scene right there where he's trying to leave his body and everything kind of like reminded me of Venom from Spider-Man. You know, Spider-Man, I don't know, it just kind of looked like because he's black and he's coming out, and I don't know. It just kind of did for me. It just kind of did. But after that, Obito asks, what am I to you, to Madara. Madara basically states, you're me. You're Madara, basically. And how he goes about this is kind of weird. He's like, basically, because you have the same ideals as me, since we share the same ideals, and the fact that you help me with the internal Tsukuyomi plan, you and everybody else that helps me with the plan is Madara. You're supposed to die as Madara and everything. So basically, with the kind of thought he had here, I would say that since you guys freaking follow me all times, watch my videos weekly and everything, you guys are all Breakmasters. So that's the same kind of thought process he has right there. And so after that, Madara tries to actually convert Obito back to his side. So okay, that's kind of interesting that he, you know, it's like wants back, you know, baby, come back. And so then, this actually, I think the best part of this chapter here is when Madara starts dropping that knowledge, son. He starts dropping that knowledge, and I'm like, oh snap, son, I was not prepared for that knowledge. And so what he states in here, and it's kind of interesting because it kind of changes the makeup of the series a little bit because of this little information that we get. And what he says is that the Sixth Path actually wanted to connect everyone spiritually with the chakra. That's why he gave everyone chakra, because he wanted to connect everybody so everybody could kind of just be one, and you can kind of feel everyone's thoughts. It's kind of like you can say how Naruto puts the kyuubi cloak on people and he can understand and hear their thoughts and all that. That's basically what he was trying to do in a way. But the thing is, people didn't want that. People didn't want to connect spiritually and help each other out and pray for one another. They didn't want all that crap. They wanted war, basically. They wanted to fight. They wanted to find a way to actually use this energy for their own greeds and own methods. And so what they do is use the physical energy of themselves to create what is known basically ninjutsu in a way. So it's kind of interesting because we all known at some point in time that Rikudoku was actually the one that created all ninjutsu and all that stuff. But how this was explained in this chapter, it kind of that's not necessarily what happened then. It's kind of like they kind of made their own ninjutsu in some way or shape or form in a way. So it's kind of interesting that that's the case here. Also, this all stems back from Kaguya because Kaguya used chakra as a weapon. So that's how they kind of had the idea in the first place to actually even decide to use chakra as a means to fight. And so comes power, comes war, comes fighting, and it all went to pieces after that point. So you kind of already know what happened here. But it's just so interesting to know that he was just trying to do it on a spiritual term, and that was the actual purpose of chakra. And we see it now. It's like the purpose of chakra is not being used properly. Then it's so interesting. It's so interesting. And so after that speech, Madara goes back to trying to convert Obito to his side, to the dark side, the dark side. But when Obito starts to move, that's when everybody else starts moving. Gaara starts moving, freaking Kakashi and Minato, they're all trying to go after freaking Madara and everything like that. So to try to stop all this bullcrap, because you're not going over there to give him the other half of the, the chakra and all that crap. So they tried to stop him. But they fell so freaking hard. It was so good. Like, honestly, it was another good part about the chapter because it was so freaking funny. I was dying at this point. It's like, what? Y'all didn't do crap. Y'all suck. Like, what happens? What happens is that freaking Minato goes in there with a Rasengan, right? Like, the first they put up like a little mud wall thingy to try to block Obito going to Madara and everything, right? And so the thing is, like, okay, Minato goes over there, he's all teleporting like, I'm gonna hit you with a Rasengan. He goes in there, freaking loses his arm. He loses his freaking arm, son. And after he lost his arm, that Rasengan that he put went over to freaking Kakashi and hit him in the stomach. I was like, you failed. They freaking Minato gets kicked away. And Gaara this is the whole slew of mess. Y'all fell so hard. That was too freaking funny. And god dang it, Minato, why can't you do anything? You seem so useless, man. You just get on. What happened? Every chapter, man. Like, you're not looking good, man. You're not looking too good, man. You're just not looking too good. But basically at the end of this chapter, Obito decides to say good, and he decides that I am not Madara. I'm Obito Uchiha. He understands himself, and he's, you know, his conviction is there. He had a talk no jutsu right there, by the way, too. He was just having that talk no jutsu. Is in full effect. Like he's there now. He's in the Naruto mode there. Like he got that Naruto mode, and you ain't stopping him now. Also, what's very interesting too, what Obito was doing. He put his hand deep inside Madara's stomach. You know, he put it all the way, fist and everything. Like he put everything in there, and he was. I'm assuming he's taking the power back. He's taking the kyuubi and all that energy back into him, because he starts being able to use like that one hand technique that face palm smash thingy that he was doing before, and also it's just like he got a staff back as well. So he's like regaining some of the power that he had before when he was the sage himself. So you can just grab and go into somebody's stomach and be like, "Give me that power! It's right now!" Like, is that how it works or something? Like, I'm curious how this is going. If he is like taking the power, because I'm not 100% sure if that's exactly what he's doing, but it's just interesting nonetheless. Because I mean, you can also kind of refer that maybe the Black Zetsu using the Black Zetsu part as that medium to use that technique, but I don't know. It's just kind of interesting. I believe he's just taking his power back. So how are you going to take the power back from just like that? I don't know. It's very interesting. But alright, I was going to make a theory video about who the Mystery Man is, but, I'm going to put it in this video, or I'm going to give you one of my theories of who I think the Mystery Man is, because I believe there's quite a bit of hints going on right now of who this person could actually be, especially with this chapter. Even the last chapter had a little bit of a hint in there, but this chapter right here, it got a lot of hints, it got a lot of stuff going on here, so I'm just going to throw out my little idea, and basically what I believe is the Mystery Man is probably the Sage of Six Paths. The reason I believe it could be the Sage of Six Paths is that maybe maybe when the tree comes back and it stays there for a little bit of time, like he's supposed to resurrect or come back in some way, shape, or form, and he's supposed to maybe give the power to the new sage or something like that. That's supposed to connect all the people. I mean, that was the original plan. But the funny thing is, within this chapter, they kind of go over, like, they say this. It says, the world showed by the hermit of the Six Paths failed, and when we see that, we see Naruto on the ground, and we see Obito looking over there as well. So it's kind of weird that they kind of inferred that was his plan, and I don't know. But the whole point is, the Sage Six Paths may be coming back, is what I'm getting at, and he's right next to Sasuke right now, because I believe maybe what he may do is give his eyes to Sasuke, which will inadvertently heal him, because the Sage can do just about anything with the chakra that he has. He can, he can create moons and all that crap. He can create life, so it's not hard for him to bring him back to life or heal him or something, because I don't think he's fully on dead like how Naruto is. And I think he's gonna go to the battlefield where Naruto is, and he's gonna notice Madara, or he's probably going to see Madara, see if he has the true intentions of passing his will onto him and passing the energy onto him. But as you see, that's probably not the case, and he probably already knows that. So I don't think he really would do that for him anyways, which is why he probably would go to Naruto, and then he'll put the body of the sage inside Naruto, and that will give him like infinite sage mode or something like that. But that's why I think could actually possibly be happening, and that could be actually the sage that we're seeing over there right now, not Kabuto. Now, it still could possibly be Kabuto. I'm not saying it couldn't be, because even though it's feeling like this dark energy and all that stuff, it can still be him in some way, because that's like his makeup of his chakra, so he might still act, that could still be him, but, the sage can actually feel evil as well. I mean, he has immense power, he's a chakra signature that no one would even know, so, I don't know, I'm just saying that it's very possible it could be even him, seeing and given the fact that we're getting all this information about the sage at this point in time. Like, we keep getting more and more information. In last week's chapter, we kind of had a random image of the tree, for some reason, the God tree. So I don't know. I feel like that signifies that there's coming of the sage, the second sage, or something, or the coming of the old sage coming back or something like that. I don't know. All this is kind of interesting, and I kind of just wanted to kind of tie it in, and I feel as though maybe the sage could actually come back in some way, shape, or form, or like I said, in physical form, and he's just meeting up with Sasuke because he believes that Sasuke and Naruto are the ones who are the beacon of hope, and that they have the will that he wants to actually bring peace to the world, to bring the idealism that he had to be from the beginning to actually, make the world peaceful. I mean, Naruto already has something similar with the whole, like I said, with the whole kyuubi cloak, getting everybody that, and then they can kind of connect via telepathy and everything. So I don't know. It's all very interesting, and with this chapter, kind of makes that theory for me stronger. But overall, this week's chapter, like I said, it was good. I liked this information. That was really, really nice and everything. I'm really curious of how true it really is, because because the thing is, like, Madara knows everything. So I mean, I don't know. Is everything he says really that is really true? Is that the bare bone thing, or maybe he's making certain things up to try to benefit himself? Because he could be a liar. For all we know, but I doubt he is. I'm just saying it is just very interesting to see how this is all going down. What I also find interesting about this chapter is just what I also find interesting about that whole thing, the whole spiel Madara had, is just that humans are, I guess, naturally evil. If they have a way to overcome their enemies, they'll use that in any means necessary. And it just shows time and time again. It's just like a never-ending cycle of just death and hatred and just greed and power. This is always about that at the end of the day. And ultimately, it's you kind of blame the sage for the fact they gave everybody chakra then, because he ultimately made the world into war in a way. Like it just goes to show that his intentions were there, but it just didn't really work out that well. And honestly, it kind of reminds me a little bit for some reason about the Legend of Korra in a way, like how he had to try to close the spirit gates and everything, and he thought that was going to try to bring peace and try to keep people together and separate the spirits and stuff. But as you see, they didn't really keep peace or anything like that. They just fought amongst each other, not to mention they got fire bending and other bendings and stuff like that, and they thought they can keep it, but that's not the case. See, it's kind of like the same thing, honestly, but the concepts of how both series are, honestly. I just kind of want to tie that in a little bit, because it really reminds me with this chapter too of that kind of setup. So yeah, leave a comment below. Tell me what you think of this week's Naruto Manga Chapter. Like this review, and subscribe to my channel for some more Naruto reviews. So it's been the Thabreakmaster, and until then, people, break out.